This show is supported by Blue Land. We hear a lot about microplastics in oceans and food, but they can also come from products we use every day at home, including cleaning products. Blue Land is on a mission to make it easy for everyone to make sustainable choices. Blue Land believes that hardworking, clean products can be the norm, not the exception, so that you can do better for your family and the planet at the same time. From cleaning sprays and toilet bowl cleaner to dishwasher and laundry detergent tablets, Blue Land's products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands, and the formulas are free from dyes, parabens, and harsh chemicals. You'll love not having to choose between the safe option and what actually gets your house clean. Blue Land is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA's Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. If you're looking to make a small change in your routine, you can get 15% off your first order at blueland.com/prx. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/prx. blueland.com/prx. This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Hey everybody, this is Scoots, and we're starting something new called Surprise by Scoots, where I want to catch you doing something right? I want to surprise you. And this is for anybody that wants to support the show, beyond financially supporting the sponsors or supporting the show directly. Like in your heart, you love the podcast. In your heart, it's a big part of your life. And in your heart, you say, I love a surprise. Tell me more. Well, all you have to do is tell one person about the podcast. We used to do this one listener initiative. Tell one person about the show genuinely. How does the podcast help you? How's it changed your life? What are your favorite episodes? How did you discover the podcast? What did you think about it at first? Any of those things. Let one person know about it, whether it's online or in person, in a forum, on social media. If you do it, tag me at Dearest Scooter or send me a message through our website, and I'm going to try to surprise some of those people. I've got subscriptions to Sleep With Me Plus. I got a bunch of those to give away. I've got stickers, personal video from Scoot saying, you're surprised. Now I'm just going to randomly select people, but why wait? This will help the show so much. You're going to help whoever you let know about the podcast, because if the podcast changed your life, there's other people out there that haven't heard about the show. If they don't know about the podcast, you can't help them. They're out there struggling. So let people know about it, but don't spam. Just share your genuine experience with the show, and I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking to catch you and surprise you. You're like a little Pikachu. I'm going to catch you if I can, and it's going to be fun. So you could either tag me at Dearest Scooter, that's DearestScooter, or let me know through the form on our website. Thanks, everybody. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, holders of dice, rollers of dice, people who remember a time, or anyone who remembers having to put a crayon on your dice, which I'll try to explain. There's crayon in my dice. Oh, my darling, my darling. That is not a song, but, if you're confused, you say, what in the name of dice? Dice, and for the love of you got me crying at your Crayon Rambles. Crayon Rambles? That sounds like something I could sell. Is that anything like Crayon Nubs? No, even my brain was crickets there. The Crayon Rambler. Crayon Rambler. I guess I thought this episode tonight was going to be about one thing, but oh boy, we're going to be rambling about crayons, because it's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that's here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so you can fall asleep. It is a podcast that puts you to sleep. Been making this show since 2013. It's my honor to keep you company and be there, because you deserve a good night's sleep, but this show really is there to cut through the loneliness, the thoughts, the feelings, the physical sensations that are keeping you awake, and to be your friend and just take your mind off of stuff and kind of soothe you through nonsense. So I'm so glad you're here. What we got coming up is, first is going to be support. That's how the show comes out. Free twice a week, totally optional, paying for it. Then there's a long, meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime. And as part of your wind down routine or whatever you want to call it. Then there's, later on, we'll do a bedtime story. And this show is very different. It does take a couple tries to get used to. That's what most regular listeners say, just because, one, all that filler word, right? What? But also just that the podcast is something you kind of listen to and kind of keeps you company. So I'm so glad you're here. Work really hard. And these sponsors are how we're able to do it for you for free twice a week.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records on the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/safer. Protect yourself now at aura.com/safer.
All right, everybody, this is Scoots here, and this is a episode long. This is a little behind the scenes first. I just start out being honest with you, a little behind the scenes, only, bedtime level honesty, though. So those of you that listen to the podcast for a long time know that the free and easy sound of the podcast comes from like a lot of people working a lot of hours and all that kind of yada, yada, yada stuff. And that we record the show in pieces. The episodes are recorded, which is so I just recorded the thank yous for this episode. That's the first thing I recorded. And now I'm doing the episode portion, the story portion. So if you're listening to a story-only version of this episode, you're only hearing this part and not the thank yous and not the intro. And then the intro and the supporter zone, I'll do sometimes the day after, sometimes the day before, sometimes rarely the same day, just because it does take a lot more work than you hear and energy than, believe it or not, being this boring takes a lot of glucose from my, it does use a lot of brain power. And yeah, believe it or not. And so sometimes what happens, though, is I record an intro I think it's going to be for one thing. You probably know this if you, but maybe you don't. So I'm saying it again because this is a fairly unique situation we're in right now. So that, I can't even find it. It was so long ago. Got to be kidding me. Okay. So usually, let's see, today particularly is a Sunday. I'm recording a full episode. Tomorrow on Monday, I will record an intro. I'm not sure what the intro will be for, but I'll be recording an intro for sure. And, but today I'm recording an episode for an intro I recorded a long time ago. But now I can't even find it. I wanted to, usually I have notes, and I don't know why, it just, more pressing things have come up, and then every time I've gone and I said, why don't we record that episode, it just hasn't happened, but today's the day, because we need the episode, the intro's just waiting for the rest, it's waiting for its partners with the thank yous and the story. I was trying to figure out when I recorded it, I'm going through, okay, this is February when I'm recording this right now, and I don't see anything from February. I'm going through January, and Seeing what we recorded in January. Doesn't look like we recorded it in January. Now I'm in December, and I don't see it in December. So like Whiz Kids, Multiplex 1. Now we're going into November, Ray at the Ren Fair, Sushi Go unboxing, Trader Joe's shopping 2. November 26th, Ren Fair open, question mark. That could be it. Space Quest 2 bonus episode for Sleep With Me supporters, Sleep With Me Plus, Quest Busters, Part 2, Journey into World of Friends review, Journey into World of Friends finale. This is early November. Then the holiday bonus episodes for the holidays and Journey into World of Friends finale. Toys R Us episode, that's October. Couldn't have been earlier than this, I don't think. Let's just go back. Santa and Mars, Journey in the World of Friends holiday, over to Sylvan Beach, Fearless Flyer, fall 2023. September 28th, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. September, we're working on our 1200th episode. Okay, well, I can honestly say I can't find it. Interesting stuff here. So, there it is. Oh, boy, it was a long, August 21st, 2023. And there's not a lot of notes. It says crayon, question mark. And so it's recorded August 21st, 2023. So it's September, October, November, December, January. About 5.5 months later, I'm recording. So that may be a record. Like on purpose. Like there's been times I've made mistakes before and then forgotten, like recorded something that far out and forgot the intro or put the intro off. Now let me check like if I made it myself a voice memo. You won't hear it, but let me just see if I have any communicate with myself. Okay, yeah, okay, here we go. So I'm going to play this. It's only 21 seconds long. You won't hear it, but I will. Okay, so really good news. That was a good 21 seconds of, like, notes I made for myself, and I texted that to myself right after I recorded the intro, which is good. And it was actually, believe it or not, it was the last text I sent myself. So we were taking a break that whole time anyway. So basically, this is meta, but it's cool because we'll get into it because, so that helps me know, because you heard the intro, and here's the thing, the episodes all have they're all recorded and mixed and like audio engineered so that they kind of have the same sound, right? And so, ideally, it's pretty seamless. So there's 6 months or 5.5 months won't show any, but, so basically you heard an intro and now I'm like, I didn't listen to the intro. Sometimes I will, but I thought this would be interesting. So this, I guess, apparently, according to my voice memo, the title of this episode would be The Crayon Rambler. And I could kind of piece together that initially I was recording the intro for Journey into the World of Friends because I was talking about 20-sided dice and forgot to, the old 20-sided big farm. I think that was a different intro where I was joking about that. So I didn't realize you have to say plural with 20-sided dice. Singular, it's a 20-sided big farm. But so there's a couple things. So first off was saying, my notes to myself were saying, okay, what you want to start talking about, which was interesting. So just in case, and I don't think this is the case anymore with Friends of Dragons everywhere, and favorite underground places are Cool-Blooded Friends role-playing games. The first time I got like the starter kit as a gift for the holidays, I'm assuming it was a holiday gift. It could have been a birthday gift. It was the red box, so I don't know what edition that was. But when you got the game, it came with the dice and everything, so you could start, your initial adventuring. And it also came with a crayon because you would take your dice, and I think in my case it was a white crayon, and then you'd scrub on the dice, and then the wax would go into the indentation for the numbers. And so instead of painting the numbers, you were kind of painting them yourself, and then you'd wipe the rest of the wax off. And it was just a very tactile, participatory process. I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't know, though. I mean, I do know that I bought 2 different packs in 2020, or 3. I've bought 3, and I don't remember any of them. They've already been boughten. Bought is the term, though. But, unless you're buying, what's the name of the cheerleading movie? Bringing On the Role-Playing. Can you imagine that? Oh, boy. Bringing On the Role-Playing game. That sounds like something we just should stop talking about, huh? Because you say there's no way to make that appropriate for Sleepy. So let's just move on. Bring it on. The role-playing. Role-playing game. Never mind. I guess it could be, but it'd have to be very, I don't know. I'm sure somebody did it. Okay, bring it on, the role-playing game. Yeah, you choose your character. You could be, I didn't see the movie. Let's just lean into this, right? This is another thing about these episodes. Let's lean in. Since I'm doing the Crayon Rambles, have we ever looked up Bring It On? I guess at some point I should watch some movie. Bring It On came out in 2000. Oh boy, that's not the what article I'm looking for. Bring It On film. Peyton Reed, director. Jessica Bendinger was a writer. Kristen Dunst, Eliza Dushku, Jesse Bradford, Gabrielle Union. 2 high school cheerleading teams, preparations for the national competition. Okay, so reminiscent of the one, my mind is so under pressure. I was going to say, isn't it like that movie about the thing? That was in college, though. So I think that'd be, for starters, it would be Bringing On. We'd place it in college if it was a role-playing game for obvious reasons. Even though there won't be any of that, we say Bringing On the role-playing game, meant to be played at a kitchen table, whatever you do, later, whatever. But this is takes place in college or, after college. Here's a movie pitch, right? Bringing On, why can't there be Bringing On? I'm sure that, again, this is an idea I'm pitching, not for free taking, by the way. But we could reach out, Bringing On, people my age. I see nobody wants to see that. You shouldn't be, but I already been bought. But yeah, Bringing On okay, so let's learn about movie Bringing On. Then we'll set it in college and we'll imagine it as a role-playing game. Even though it's supposed to be talking about crayons, this is somewhat interesting. Okay, so Bringing On was released in August of 2000. So it looks like the last weekend in August. Was box office success, #1 spot. This is how popular it is. That line, which I'm only presuming is from the movie, it's already been Broughten, is, still relevant to me, even though I never saw the movie, which I'm admitting, I don't think it's cult classic. Maybe I should watch it. Okay, so worldwide gross 90 million. There were 6 direct-to-video sequels, none of which had the original cast. Bring It On Again, Bring It On All or Nothing, Bring It On In It to Win It, Bring It On Dance Off to the Finish, Bring It On Worldwide Cheer, and the TV film Bring It On Cheer or Sleep. Okay, there'll be multiple spoilers here. Oh, no, this is college. Okay, great. That's even better. That's good. Okay, I'm more comfortable talking about this or seeing the movie because it takes place in college. No, just be a little, Though, I mean, one of my favorite actresses was in, I'm a high school cheerleader or whatever. That's a cult classic. Whose name I can't, in the movie I can't, I think it's like, I'm a high school cheerleader. Is that what it's called? Anyway, okay. Oh, Natasha Lyonne. That's what, sorry, I forgot to, okay. So, okay, Torrance Shipman, is in Rancho Carne High School, San Diego. Boyfriend is at Cal State Dominguez Hills. Okay, and they're going for a national title, 6th national title. Torrance is the next team captain, replacing Big Red after she graduates. But then, wait a second, Torrance Shipman, who's Carver? After, teammate Carver is injured, has to sit the season out. And then Missy Pantone, gymnast from Los Angeles with her brother Cliff. Okay, then Missy says the Toros plagiarized their cheers from Torrance. And then they go to L.A. to watch the East Compton Clovers from Missy's previous high school, who they competed against, and they perform another routine. Isis is the captain, and it reveals that Big Red videotaped the Clovers routines and, basically copied them for the Toros. Torrance says, oh, no, and also, she dropped the spirit stick, which is never supposed to touch the ground. So the Clovers say, "Okay, we're gonna go against you in the national versus the Toros in the national competition, which they weren't in last year because they're better cheerleaders." Okay, then Torrance and Cliff begin to get to know each other, and Aaron grows more distance. After Torrance informs the Toros about the routines, the team votes in favor of using current routine. Torrance agrees because there's no time to use a new routine, while Missy reluctantly goes along with him. So I don't know who's plays who either, but that's it. When do they say it's already been Broughten is my question. Bring it on. It's already been Broughten. I guess at that point, right, okay. Toro's home game, Isis and the teammates perform the routine in front of the whole school. Wait, the Toro's next, Isis and her teammates. So the Clovers come to a Toro's game, do the routine. Then after advice from Aaron, Torrance recruits something. They hire a choreographer, Sparky Polistri, and who's not nice. I don't know who plays Sparky, and that doesn't go well. Torrance speaks to the competition, learns her choreographer provided that routine for 6 other teams, but they're the defending champs, so they do get to defend their crown, but they'll need a new routine. Big Red says, you're not a leader, Torrance. Okay, so this is part of Torrance's thing. Then they don't steal. Okay, this is a lot. This is really detailed. This has every single plot detail. Some movies don't have this in here. Sorry. This is very sleepy, though. I mean, not because of the movie, just because it is, because I already lost my place. Okay, so then they get to go to Daytona Beach. Torrance is, not doing his leader, considers quitting. Okay, moment, of time and change or whatever they say. Aaron tells Torrance to step down as captain, and team rivals Courtney and Whitney. Cliff sees Torrance and Aaron together, breaks up with her, severs his friendship. Torrance breaks up with Aaron. He's distanced, doesn't believe in her, obviously. Oh, he's not, yeah, he also is not very loyal. She uses Cliff's previous encouragement and his personally made mixtape for an inspiration to have a new routine. The Clovers are also unable to attend. They need more funding to get to the Nationals. Torrance tells her father to sponsor the team. Isis refuses because it says, yeah, you just feel guilty from copying us. Instead, the Clovers get on a talk show, and they get their funds through that. And then the Clovers and the Toros make it to the final, Cliff cheering on the team. And Torrance and Isis end up giving each other both last-minute advice. And one team wins, the other team comes in second, obviously. But with a newfound, I won't spoil that part, newfound respect. And also, blossoming love. Okay, here's the cast. Kirsten Dunst was Torrance Shipman. Eliza Dushku was Missy Pantone. Jesse Bradford, Cliff Pantone. Gabrielle Union's Isis. Claire Kramer's Courtney. That's Whitney's best friend. Anyway, I don't have to go on and on and on. Huh? I just want to know who Big Red, okay. Who said it's already been Broughten is what I want to know. I don't know. Production. This was pitched as Clueless meets Strictly Ballroom. And then, there's this theme of cultural appropriation. It's passed over 28 times before finding a home. Wow, that's cool. Like that. It's not cool it got passed over 28 times. But that Jessica Mendinger stuck with it. Okay, casting. Everybody was expected to have a cheer prepared. They wanted to use as little stunt doubles. Reed and Union met numerous times to discuss the best way to approach her character. Oh, Peyton Reed is the director. Okay. And filming, reception, and 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic 52 out of 100. They have a lot of quotes. This is really well-researched accolades. Number 30 on the best 50 high school movies. Legacies. It's been lauded as a rare team film to address issues of systemic inequality, cultural appropriation, intersectional feminism. Those are seen as the major factors for the film's continued legacy. And it holds up 20 years later. Bring It On can be often overlooked and ostracized. And let's see. Okay. Bring It On to 5 sequels we talked about. There's also stage musical, Lions Theater in Atlanta. Came out January 16th, 2011. Lynn did it with Tom Kitts, Amanda Green, Jeff Whitty. Let's see. And let's see where else. National tour started in 2011. And after an open number that truly dazzles, the score hits its stride. Music opened on Broadway, and it was on Broadway for a little bit. Let me just check one more thing here. Don't know if any of this helps me thus far with coming up with what do you call that thing? What do you call it? So role-playing game, I guess maybe I'm stretching it, right? But it could be. It could be like within, I know there's like all these new role-playing systems, right, that are pretty flexible. But maybe it could also be like one of these more real world games. No, I was trying to think if it could be like Stevie B, like our friend, our favorite know-it-all is big into this game that I've been meaning to check out. What do they call them? I don't know what they're called, but it's like the Tears of the Clock Tower, it's called. It's called something else, but it's like one of those games, like none of the games you can say, there's a popular show on NBC right now about it, and there's a game, right around, like all of us stay around among us. I guess you can say that one, yeah. But I don't really understand the mechanics of those games. But okay, so either one would have to kind of identify other roles, so this is one thing. Like, so obviously there's like the choreographer, that's a role, right? Then there's like the leadership role, which I kind of think should be different. Like, there's probably, I mean, there's, like, okay, so we could go into like, what are your areas of expertise? Choreography, like music choices, which kind of like you could help with the choreographer, leadership, charisma, gymnastics, which is already a skill, but these aren't exactly you're right, Brain. Finances, you need somebody with finances. What else? Flair. Flair's a good one. You're right, flair. So these would be different ability. Would those be, I don't know any of this attributes. I mean, I guess we could use, but what about use of magic? You're right. Would this be a role-playing game without magic? No. So I guess then we'd have to enter, so it'd probably be better in a different universe, right? If we're having like, bring it on our world, bring it on the role-playing game in our world, you'd say, okay, well, again, you'd see, well, what adventures other than winning the national championship and then whatever, you're kind of grasping at straws. If you're going to have a role-playing game, like it'd be very niche, and it's obviously be very niche, probably only on a sleep podcast, but to move beyond it, you say, okay, so it would have, like, I guess this is a long-winded way of saying it would have to, maybe it could happen in a Bring It On universe. So that would help with the the other movies, like make them as part of the game. So that would help with the other movies, like folding them in, because it would have had to flush out some sort of larger Bring It On universe there. But I still say it would have to be like a universe, like a cheer-based universe, right? Would it be a cheer-based economy? I mean, again, I think this lends ourselves. Okay, just hear me out here. I think we're closer to a solution than we are further, because we do have a world that this fits in the larger context of the world, which is the world of Dr. Triangle and Isosceles. Because you say, okay, so, and then also, which was influenced by Station 11. Like, after I read Station 11, that's when I was like, oh, what if, like, that's where I kind of started pondering ideas for Dr. Triangle and Isosceles. And so I think that's a good world for Bring It On. That would be the universe that Bring It On is, the role-playing, where the role, like, that would be the general situation. So groups of cheerers or cheerleaders, let's just say cheerleaders. And actually, in some sense, it's like, yes, in this world, that's actually what we do. We lead through cheer. And just like Dr. Triangle and Isosceles, or like the characters in Station 11, whether you're watching the show or the film, I mean, the show or the book, like the cheerleaders. So there's like, I mean, it's a larger world, right? But it's a world where, I mean, there's like, so we have a lot of benefits for like, we don't have, I mean, again, we'd have to build into the lore why cheerleaders, but I mean, this does make a lot of sense. As poo-pooing it as some parts of us may say, okay, so, like, we have cheerleaders. I mean, it'd be cool if it was cheerleaders between 18 and 70 years old, too. And they say, yeah, we have our cheer squads, right? And you could say we also have a dance teams, whatever you want to call it. But we're just using the term, we could loosen up the term cheerleader, obviously. But you'd say, okay, cheerleaders, like advantages for this world that has like some extra challenges than the world we live in. Okay, teamwork, that's one, like ability to work and live in community, or at least exist in community, because communities are going to, so sense of teamwork and a sense of community, like a leadership structure. Those are all kind of intertwined. a ability to be gatherers and looker forers, resource, as you say, resource management, I guess is a way to say it in a game context and a sleep podcast context. Because you say, okay, we have a lot of us are very athletic, fast, or can jump, or can move. Not only physically flexible, but maybe flexible in many other ways with thinking and creativity. So, yeah, we have the ability to gather resources maybe a little bit more efficiently than other groups or communities. So we can deal with some of the challenges of this universe. Now, the world of Dr. Triangle and Isosceles, they had a more specific thing, but we're going a little bit broader, right? Because in Dr. Triangle and Isosceles, that was a world without math. And I guess but it was like a world, what would the world be like without math? And then these two characters are going through the universe performing and teaching people lessons about math, in a world that kind of forgot, stopped believing in math. Said, oh, math doesn't matter. What would happen if that was the other thing? It's what if Station 11, that kind of world, but what and why, what happened? Okay, well, in this world, people just stopped believing in math. They said, math, don't buy it. Don't need it, don't want it, forgot what it was. And, what if there was, demigods and gods and goddesses based on all that? But we don't have to get that specific with the cheer groups because in a world with more challenging resources, they would have certain advantages. Then you could say, well, how do they acquire, if there's how do they acquire, then you could have different alignments of cheer groups, right? Because then you have the cheer groups that want to build more community within communities. So similar to Dr. Triangle and Isosceles and Station 11, they maintain their funding or some of the resource gathering by going places and leading through cheer. And that could be also a way they sustain their community, because some people keep traveling with the group and some people won't, or they could stay and be a larger community. So, oh yeah, we got 2 cheer squads that live here, and when we're feeling, every day we got an AM cheer, midday cheer, evening cheer. On the weekends we got nighttime cheers, and. We even have small, that could be, okay, now we're getting more and more into it. So then you could have an even more developed world. So you get these, a city-state type world. And then again, you could get into some sort of a structure, a more formal one. And then you could say, okay, so this would be a little bit different. There was a movie about it that came out when I think it was before I was born. I don't know why it was but it was about roller derby and I think it got remade too. And it was basically what if instead of our city states wasting, this would be such great leadership actually. So maybe the cheerleaders should run, the leaders of the cheerleaders, if, as long as they're, as long as their definition of bringing on is with love and kindness and tolerance, they should be leading this world. And they say, yeah, well, instead of wasting resources to gather resources, which seems like a lot of what happens in these kind of worlds, even the worlds of adventure, you say, okay, well, we're going to go put on some plate armor and do a dance off in plate armor. So one of us is so tired we can't. And they say, well, that's not a great use of anybody's resources. First off, you know how much work it takes to make plate armor, and you got to gather all. That's great, but couldn't we just use that for something else? And then why would you dance off with each other? Especially if you're going to do an isolation, when you could have a cheer off. Within the word, part of the goal is spreading cheer. So this has like this, maybe Joy Germ Joan is the matriarch leader of this whole thing. Joy Germ Joan was part of my childhood. Somebody had a parade, tried to spread joy throughout the world. She comes up on the episodes every once in a while. She had a foundation called the Joy Germ Foundation, and its sole purpose was to spread joy. Cheer is a little bit different, but it's not that different, right? So that's cool. Like, so then, that would be interesting. So Joy Germ Joan, her character has created the world. I mean, if we wanted to make it, this is a game, not a movie, but you always have to have some sort of equally strong opposing force. And I prefer also to have an environmental conditions, and then maybe a ticking clock or something. But we could, that can all be figured out, or the DM could figure that out, or the cheerleader, the CL. I'm running this game. Then like that could be like the general thing is like, okay, then you're preparing for these cheer offs between, your different city states. And I don't know if that'd be a game mechanism. That could just be part of the game's lore of like, why is cheerleading so important? And you say, well, didn't Scoots just explain it over like the past 15 minutes and it didn't make any sense, but it did. And they say, okay, well, but then you'd have adventures, right? And you would be friends more than likely with the people on your cheer squad. So then you could go on smaller adventures with them, or you'd be trying to make an adventure. And I mean, then there could be magic, I think, and science, like a form of science that's magic, like, or alchemy, because you say, okay, well, our cheers are going to have special effects. Or, if you combine this, and this, it produces this results. So then, you could raise your team's endurance, like a buff. You say, okay, but this, if we do these combo with our magic style cheer, then we could have double endurance, or the inspiration. That would be good. Like that instead of magic, like one of those things could be inspiration instead of, mana. Just say, we're extra inspiring. And they say, are you inspiring your team or the audience, right? Or again, if you were working from the other side, you'd say you de-inspire or deflate or, be a downer. And, maybe it is the thing of like the movie, since it's a classic, it is in the world before, right? Like these, so all the characters, particularly from the main movie, it sounds like, because it seems like it had a great message too. And also all the other movies are like the historical texts, right? Like, can we talk about that? I never read the book Canticle for Leibowitz, but I meant to. But I think I understand the basic concept. So in this movie, like, that is like the text, bring it on the movie. But again, then you could have suddenly this gathering force who's saying, like, well, I've decided to, that it's already been brought, like, I'm going to bring it for another reason. Instead of like the solution that seemed like it was reached in the movie, like the movie started with taking without permission, right? Appropriating or whatever. And but it ended in some sort of collaborative respect or like, I don't know. I just read a Wikipedia article. Let's not get too deep, but like the opposing force could be still like on that of like, and then of course you could have like different tones of that, like, conformity. Oh no, we only cheer like this. And, the gray worlds, this is how we cheer. Just like that sleep podcast. We don't bring anything on. We just talk like this. Don't bring anything on. Just make it sleepy. And you say, okay, but I don't know, man. It's just so it hasn't already been brought in. But I'm just trying to think of ways to make it more interesting. I guess like all the high school, like all the high schools of the old world could be like somehow forgotten. So those could be places that go on smaller adventures instead of going underground or to colleges. Yeah, it'd be like, okay, well, we're going to go back to, the University of Nebraska has been forgotten. We're going to go there. We've heard lore of singing, deep within the athletic center. And we're going to go there and find out, and then you have another quest. The thing is, we'd have to, usually they're cheer squads. So these would be more like smaller squads, which does not necessarily. So I'm just trying to think of how we'd put a good, I'm trying to think of how we'd put a good context around that, right? Of why is it like only between 4 and 7 cheerers instead of what I would imagine is like somewhere between 10 and 15? Yeah, I don't have a clear answer to that. I guess I guess you could have NPCs that you pick up that are going to be in your performances, maybe. But I guess, the world that's changed. The cheer squads or cheer teams are much smaller now, just because the world has changed. It's totally normal to cheer with. You could, if you have a cheer in your heart, then you could cheer with something that rhymes with you don't always need another to take part. You just let your cheer out outside yourself, and cheer and cheer and cheer, and you'll feel cheer's wealth. That was the sage wisdom passed down from Joy Germ Joan, I guess. So I think I think there's still some holes. I'm just trying to think of the biggest holes and bring it on the role-playing game. I guess learning about a whole new universe. Again, you could set it the other thing would be to go very specificity. So whenever the movie is transferred to college, whatever the imaginary college is, and then you just have some, it's more of a shorter adventure, a mini adventure. So then you need to you have to gather a squad, training, equipment, experience points. So you'd have to do other forms of cheering, specific missions. I guess that would make sense. Like you say, okay, well, the freshman class, locally can't, go to the high school and teach the freshman class math through cheering. And you could gather resources. So the high school would be lunch. Lunch would be a good one. Yeah. So then you could have a little adventure of lunch, and navigating that. Making up different adventures at lunchtime. What else could we have? Fundraiser. So they have to do a fundraiser. Pep rally where no one feels any pep or any reason to rally, affecting other outcomes. So they could do something, can we raise the test scores of the school through cheering? I guess the adventurers could choose, do we want to help the athletic teams? Do we want to help how come there's no cheerleaders at the math math competition or something else, right? What about esports, cheering for esports? So they could choose to do that. You could really cloak it in if this is some sort of crafty parent that's smarter than me, be like, okay, now you got to do your homework. That'll get you 50 experience points for your characters. Don't use your phone after 7. You get this many experience points. So I guess there's other things, but that's kind of I think that's a fairly, a reasonable idea. And you could listen to all the soundtracks. You could listen to the soundtrack from the musical while you play. You could have all the characters from all the movies all the movies could be other scenarios, right, that you get to play through. I don't know, the whole, I mean, I'm not saying this about the movie. It's just you can't then they're a little bit too on the rails, right? So they don't have as much open worldness, even though all the adventures just take a little bit of work, more work than a sleep podcast. But this also kind of gives you an idea of what happens when I thought I was going to talk about one thing. Then I put it off because I said, okay, at some point we'll make that episode about the Crayon Rambler. And I don't know, I don't think this will be a regular series, but there's definitely other crayon-based episodes. And we're going to do coloring on Sleep With Me Plus for coloring pages. So I guess when this episode comes out, that'll encourage me to get that started because Emily's been making coloring pages for all our art for the show. So that's exciting to do, is to have that. And so that's another exciting thing, crayon related. But yeah, this is rambling. I thought I was going to ramble about crayons, and then I misspoke about Broughten. And that's where we went. So I'm glad to be able to get to do this. It's fun to carry off into dreamland. Good night. All right, this is Scoots. So this is a thank yous. I want to thank the people that recently joined or moved over to Sleep With Me Plus. Amy, Elliot, and Seth, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Ann, Natalie, and Thomas, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Julie, Cheryl, and Debbie, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Rachel, Myrna, and William, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Trevor, Teresa, and Dash, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Thomas, Adrian, and Anna, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Sonia, Meredith, and Melissa, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Anna, Brandon, and Allison, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Jennifer, Troy, and Ann, thank you. Thanks, and good night. And Tracy, Rachel, and John, thank you. Oh, John and Karen, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Thanks, everybody who supports the show directly on Sleep With Me Plus or used to support the show on Patreon. Thanks, everybody who supports our sponsors, lets them know about it, lets me know about it, takes the free trials, or spreads the word about the show, subscribes, wherever you support the show, however you do it. That's the reason we do the thank yous, is to say thanks, because I couldn't do it without you. So I really appreciate it. And and this is Scoots coming up with either a Tuck You In sponsor or some other thing. Thanks and good night. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots with the Tuck You In message, two-parter Tuck You In message. So let me go to the second part first, even though I haven't read it at all. I mean, if you're still listening to me, I hope I'm bringing you and have brought you comfort in the deep, dark night. And there's plenty of other episodes to choose from, plenty of other episodes coming out this week, coming out soon. Or maybe you're just barely hearing me, or maybe you've queued it up and this is just playing. But I don't know if any of the messages we've been putting in the show for the past year you've heard them and they've landed with some part of you, like a part of you in your heart, about supporting the show, because I'm not trying to change anybody's mind, right? If you can't support the show, you can't support the show. If you don't want to, you choose not to, or you think the show doesn't, deserve your support or need your support in a strong way, that's fine too. But if you've been putting off supporting the show, or you're like, I know the show, I realize the show needs my support, but that's in your heart, but there's something else in your head, right? Some other part of you that's been standing in your way. I'll do it tomorrow. One day I'll do it. Or the most the menacing for us, or the biggest obstacle for us, my support doesn't matter. There's no way my $7, my $60 supporting the show just for a few months while I listen to it can matter. I'm here to tell you, or one day I'll support the show that if you already in your heart know you want to support the show, and you already in your heart know if Sleep With Me goes away or changes drastically or goes behind a paywall, you'd miss it and you'd be disappointed. And it might even impact your sleep or whatever. Like the show's a part of your life. Please don't wait. Go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Your $7 a month, your $60 a year will actually change the future of the podcast. It's all a matter of me getting through the people who've already decided in their heart to support the show, but there's something in their head or their feelings or their brain bots that's in the way. And I just need to get through to you that it's like we are in a don't wait situation, you know. And so, and we don't need to be like, so I just got to try to get through to everybody. But I also want to get through to the people who can't support the show, right? I love making this podcast, and we're launching something fun for the people who want to support. You say, well, I want to support the show. I just can't do it financially. I want to be a part of this thing, but I can't be a part of it financially. Like, because for a lot of listeners, it's ironic. There's some listeners that's the $7, you think it won't help the show, but there's a lot of listeners that $7 is out of reach for them. And I've been in that place too. But I'm here to try to catch you doing something right, as they say, and something fun. If you want to support the show by spreading the word about the podcast, letting one person know about the podcast, just genuinely sharing your honest experience about the podcast, you sharing with one person, whether it's in person or online, can also change the future of the podcast, right? Because 1 out of every 100 people does support the show. So it's like if you and 99 other people do that, like it's the same. If you do it, 99 other people are likely to do it. But letting people know about the podcasts that are going to benefit from it, you're helping our podcast keep going. You're helping that person, because Sleep With Me is a niche, right? The people that don't know about Sleep With Me that could really use it, they don't know about it yet. And maybe you letting somebody know about it, it changes their life. Or they let somebody else know about it and it changes that person's life. And I don't know if you know how powerful that is, but I think you could pause and feel it right now, right? If you're listening right now, the podcast is probably a big part of your life. And like I said earlier, it's a big part of your heart. And we used to call this a one-person initiative, and we're bringing it back. No more signing up for the referral program. I mean, we'll do stuff where you could sign up, but I'm going to be out there. Tag me at Dear Scooter, or email me through the website, message me through our website form. Let me know how you're spreading the word. Do it in a fun, genuine way. Don't spam. Just let people know how you discovered the show. What do you like about the show? What are your favorite things? What silly things have you heard? How has it changed your life or your relationship with sleep? How's it impacted your day? And here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking for people, and I'm going to surprise them. When you surprise me by spreading the word about the show, I have free Sleep With Me Plus memberships from our scholarship program that Cornelia started, and other people that have supported the show for people that aren't in a position to support the show. So I'll be giving out 3-month memberships to Sleep With Me Plus to some people. Maybe I'll send stickers to some people. Maybe I'll send you a personal video thanking you. Maybe other things. Who knows what surprises I have in store. And it'll be fun for everybody. You'll be changing the life of the podcast that you care about. If you do, you don't. If you don't, it does. Like if you don't have to participate in this. But if you do, it's going to be fun. And I'm going to be out there looking, or you could message me through the form on our website. Let me know tell me the story, how you participated, how you spread the word. And again, I can't surprise everybody I hope I get to surprise one person tomorrow that's doing that. So don't spam, but make sure to tag me. And if you get really active, you might end up like a couple people that were a part of our referral program. Victor got pretty much a lifetime subscription to Sleep With Me Plus because he spread the word so much and so often. And Cornelia's entire scholarship program, she brought thousands and thousands of listeners to the show just by spreading the word in a genuine way where she knew people could use it. So tag me. Sleep at Dearest Scooter. That's with a T, DEAREST, Scooter, SCOOTER. Or if you're in the pen and paper world, put up a poster or whatever, a sign in the laundromat and say, hey, if you can't sleep, check out Sleep With Me podcast. Or let me know how you let people know about it in a genuine, friendly way. I can't surprise anybody that's just like going up to random strangers or whatever, but that's not sleepy at all. But thanks so much for listening. And again, those are the two huge ways, because this is like, we've been building towards this, unfortunately. And this has never been a time where more people are no longer in a position to support the show. They've had to stop their support of the podcast. It's a time of, and just like everybody else, the podcast is in this place where it's like, man, this is really tough. But the beauty is we don't need to be in that position where it's like, what's going to happen here? I just got to get through to the people that have been putting it off. So you've been putting off supporting the show? Honestly, don't wait another second. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Sign up right now. Or if you've been putting off support, I love this Sleep With Me, I'll do it tomorrow. Come up with a plan to do it tomorrow. Spread the word and say, man, I want to be surprised by a scooter. Thanks.